The road was not congested on our way to the small town, and before we get inside the hamlet, we saw a big nest at the top of an electric pole. There was a white stork couple straightening their bond through intricate communication. Next, we curiously got inside a small backyard shared by a couple of households that we were unsure about. There was no signboard that could stop us from entering. The next thing we saw was a taupe rooster with a short tail and bulky saddle feathers. It had a nice rosy red comb and two thin wattles that hung under its beak. The weather was balmy, and the warm sunshine put us in a good mood along with a tree that had white flowers. Through the right window of the car, I saw a lady walking with her wooden crane and two men smoking nearby. Our predilection for historic strongholds here began. On the sidewalk, there was armor beside the bench where I sat with my daughter. Meanwhile, my husband was chin-wagging with a man about cameras. After a while, we walked up to the outer ward of the castle. After some time, we came close to the outer curtain wall, and I carried her to see the view from the top. We could see the department stores, parking lots, manor houses, tall trees, and some other things. We spent about an hour hanging on the ground and relishing the pleasantly sweet smell of Bermuda grass. My daughter was perky, sprinting around back and forth towards me. She was keen to see the tower for the first time in person, and the large lawn made her merry. Her inquisitiveness to scrutinizing people who were passing by the entrance kept her from being tranquil. A 2:15 in the afternoon, we were descending back to the parking lot. A road worth was sight to behold, with some trees with pink flowers and shrubs bursting with life. The feeling of the sun and the slight breeze was invigorating, helping to fuel us for the afternoon jaunt to get the car started and hit the trail. After seeing a black cat sprinting towards the back side of the car, and we left the town contentedly. Before getting on to reach the final destination, we decided to stop over at one of the anticipated places where the bayou was. I was behind the tree filming, and there were three newcomers coming towards us with their black dog. One of the ladies threw a stick into the water, and the dog swam forward to get it and came back with pleasure. I caught a whiff of cigarette smoke from a man who stood by the edge of the shore with his cigar in his right hand. I patted my spouse back and whispered that we better go away. We immediately left the site shirtlessly. We continued our trip about 9 to 3, and after 30 minutes we arrived in some place where we could see a man axing wood along the road, and we parked the car on the opposite side. We crossed to explore the suburb where the linen shop was located. We walked around to check other stores, and then we went inside the linen shop and examined their products. They mostly had thick linen wear for men and women. It was quite expensive, and I wasn't convinced to purchase any of them. We spent about a few minutes and finally went back to continue the journey to car parts. We reached there about 4 in the afternoon, and as the sun cooked its way through the clouds, it enveloped us in its warm embrace. We decided to dine in a pizza place and enjoyed our dinner in a lovely hour. Afterwards, we went up the hill town and had some dessert from the corner shop.
This one's Korean.
After that, we strolled around to see the mountain from a distance of the sunset illuminated the buildings in swats of gold. At 5:30 we decided to go back home and we arrived safe and sound